Dear students, Namaste and welcome back to a new mathematics session. Today we will begin a new chapter, that is chapter number 11, constructions. And in today's session we shall discuss how to construct different angles by using ruler and compasses. Let's move on to the topic. Before starting the session, let's recall the term bisector. Bisector means the line that divides something into two equal parts. If a line is dividing a shape into two equal parts, then we can call that line as the bisector. Here, specifically, we have to learn about angle bisector. Let's recall the concept angle bisector. Angle bisector means a line that divides an angle into two equal angles. Here, if a line is dividing a given angle into two equal angles, then we can call that line as angle bisector. It looks like this. If an angle is given to you and if a line is dividing that particular angle into two equal pieces, this piece and this piece, if that two pieces are equal or these two angles are equal, then we can say that the dotted line is the angle bisector. Here we must note some points. An angle has only one bisector. If a one angle is given to you, it will have only one bisector. And another property is that each point on the angle bisector is equidistant from the sides of the angle. If you take a point on this angle bisector, that point is equidistant from the arms of the angles or the sides of the angle. Let's recall how to draw an angle bisector. For drawing an angle bisector, first we must have an angle. For that, first of all, you have to draw a line segment OB by using any length, and from O you have to draw another line segment OA. Both the line segments are meeting at O and angle AOB is formed. Now we have to bisect angle AOB. For that, you have to use your compass, take any radius, fix at O and draw an arc connecting the two arms of the angle, that is OA and OB. And let's label the meeting point of the arc and the arm as P and Q. Then you can use the same radius or you can change the radius, it's not a problem. And fix the compass at Q, means this point, fix the compass at Q, draw an arc. And you have to use the same radius and fix the compass at P and cut the previous arc. And label the point of intersection of two arcs as Q. And join OQ. Now OQ is the angle bisector of angle AOB. Next, we shall discuss how to draw the angle bisector of a given angle by using ruler and compasses. For that, draw a line segment of any length using your ruler and mark the endpoints as O and B. Make an angle by drawing another line segment meeting at O and label one endpoint as A. So AOB is the given angle. By using your ruler and also by taking any radius, draw an arc connecting the two arms of the angle by keeping the compass at O and label the arc as P and Q. You can use the same radius or any other radius. Even if you change the radius, it's not a problem. Fix the compass at P, draw an arc, and using the same radius, fix the compass at Q, cut the previous arc. And mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as R. And join O and R by using your ruler. So OR is the required angle bisector. Next, we shall discuss how to draw angles using ruler and compasses. For drawing a given angle, usually we use protractor. Here, usage of protractor is not allowed, not permitted, so we must use a ruler and compasses for drawing a given angle. For drawing a given angle by using ruler and compasses, we must learn some basics. Basic angles we must learn. For that, draw a line segment, and by using your compass, fix at this point, the initial point, and by taking any radius, draw a semicircle. And using the same radius, you have to divide this semicircle into three equal pieces. For that, by using the same radius, fix the compass here and cut the semicircle you have drawn. First part is ready, and using the same radius, fix your compass here again and cut the semicircle one more time. Now the semicircle becomes three pieces, 1, 2, 3. We can say three equal pieces. And this is the basic concept of drawing any angle. Means the first piece forms, if you join the intersection of the two arcs and the initial point, if you join, the angle so formed is 60 degree. Means with the first arc, if you join, you will get 60 degree, and with the second arc you have drawn, if you join with the initial point, you will get 120 degree, and the third portion may be here, and if you join, you will get the whole angle, that is 180 degree. So each piece means each mark is 60 degree. So let's label it. Draw the point of intersection of the two arcs and the initial point we have joined, and that is 60 degree. And next point of intersection is here. Join with the initial point here. So angle so formed is 120 degree. So by using these two angles, 120 and 60 degree, we will be able to draw our given angles. So construction of some specific angles. By using these two angles, how we will draw some specific angles. That's what we are going to discuss here. First of all, 90 degree. As you know, 90 degree lies between 120 and 60. So 60 and 120, the middle portion is 90 degree. Let's see how it comes. 120 plus 90 divided by 2. Sorry, 120 plus 60 divided by 2. That is 180 divided by 2. 180 by 2 is 90 degree. Divided by 2 in the sense we can call it as a bisector, equal division, equally dividing. So if you bisect 120 and 60, means here first portion is here and the second portion is here. So if you bisect the space between these two arcs, means 120 and 60, we will get 90 degree. Next, for getting 90 degree, just to keep it in mind, we have to bisect 120 and 60. Next, 45 degree. It is quite clear. 45 is half of 90 degree. Means how we have to get 45 in the sense 0 degree plus 90 by 2. 0 degree means here initial point. First 0. So 0 degree and 90 degree. 90 degree comes here almost. So these two angles, if you bisect, you will get 90 by 2, that is equal to 45 degree. So for getting 45 degree, we have to bisect 0 and 90. Next is 22 half. It is quite clear. Half of 45 is 22 half. So how we have got this 22 half in the sense 0 plus 45 by 2. Half of 45. 45 by 2, that is equal to 22 half. So for drawing an angle 22 and a half, we have to bisect 0 and 45. Next is 30 degree. 30 degree means it is half of 60. 0 plus 60 by 2. We know that 60 degrees here. So 0 and 60 degree, if you bisect, angle comes like this. So that is our 30 degree angle. So for getting 30 degree, we have to bisect 0 and 60 degree. Next is 15 degree. It is quite clear. Half of 30 is 15. Means how we have got in the sense 0 plus 30 by 2, that is 30 degree by 2, that is 15 degree. How we have to draw in the sense, we have to bisect 0 and 30. Next, move on to exercise questions. Exercise 11.1, first question. construct an angle of 90 degree at the initial point of a given line segment. So we have to draw an angle of 90 degree at the initial point of a given line segment. So let's draw a line segment and let's mark it as OA. And we have to construct an angle of 90 degree at the initial point. Means initial point in the sense we can take this point as initial point. So we have to draw 90 degree through this O. For that, let's take a point B on the line segment and take your compass and fix at O, and from B you have to draw a semicircle. So it comes like this. Fix the compass at O and take this OB as a radius and simply draw a semicircle. And as I have mentioned before, using the same radius you have to cut the semicircle you have drawn. So first fix at B and the first portion is cut here and the second portion also cut. As we know, for getting 90 degree we must draw 60 and 120 and we have to bisect 60 and 120. So this is 60 degree and this is 120 degree. Now let's mark these points as C and D. The point of intersection of the first arc with the semicircle is C and the second arc with the semicircle is D. Now we have to bisect the space between C and D. The arc CD we have to bisect it. For that, using the same radius, or you can change the radius, it's not a problem. For the second construction part, you can change the radius if you want. So keep your compass at C and draw an arc, and using the same radius, here you should not change, using the same radius, fix the compass at D and cut the arc. And both arcs are intersecting at this point and label the point as P and join OP. And here angle AOP so formed is 90 degree. So this is the angle 90 degree. By using your ruler, draw a line segment of any length and label the endpoints as O and A. By using your compass and also by taking any convenient radius, draw an arc and it meets OA at a particular point and mark that point as B. And by using the same radius which you have taken previously and with B as center, cut an arc and mark that point of intersection of the two arcs as C. Without changing the radii or the radius, by keeping the compass at C, cut one more time on the previous arc which you have drawn and mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as D. Now you can use the same radius or else you can change the radius here. It's not a problem. By keeping the compass at D, draw one arc and using the same radius, fix your compass at C, cut the previous arc. And the point of intersection of the two arcs we can mark as P. Join O and P or join OP by using your ruler. Now angle POA we have got as 90 degree. Next, let's write the steps of construction. This is also part of the answer, so you must write it in your notebook. So let's have a diagram on the corner. Here, this portion you no need to draw it on the notebook because you have already drawn original diagram. So here our original diagram is not visible in the slide. So just for explanation purpose, I am using this diagram. First step is draw a line segment OA. So we have drawn a line segment OA and then take O as center with any radius and draw an arc that cuts OA at B. So you have drawn an arc or semicircle, just drawn and cuts that arc or semicircle at OA at B. Then with B as center, with the same radius mark the point C on the arc. So By taking the same radius, fix the compass at B and draw an arc. So that arc meets the previous arc or the previous semicircle at C. So point of intersection of both the arcs we have marked as C. Next, with C as center and the same radius, mark a point D on the same arc. So on the same arc or on the same semicircle using the same radius, fix the compass at C and draw an arc, and the point of intersection of both the arcs you have to label it as D. Take C and D as center, draw two arcs with the same radius which intersect each other at P. Again, with C and D as a radius, here you can use the same radius or you can use a different radius. That is up to you. It's not a problem. For the second calculation part, if you change the radius, it is not a problem. If you want to use the same radius, you can use it. Both are correct only. Fix the compass at C, draw an arc. Fix the compass at D, cut the previous arc. So both the arcs are intersecting at the point P. And next is join OP and angle AOP is 90 degree. So join OP and angle AOP. So formed is 90 degree. So these are the steps of construction, and steps of construction you must write it as your own. So this is just a sample steps of construction. You can write as you wish without any grammatical error. Move on to the second question. Construct an angle of 45 degree at the initial point of a given line segment. So construct an angle of 45 degree. First of all, we have to recall how we have got 45. So 45 in the sense we have discussed already, it is the bisector of 0 and 90 degree. Between 0 and 90, middle of 0 and 90 is 45 degree. Means first of all you have to draw 90 degree, then you have to bisect the space between 0 degree and 90 degree. You have to bisect it, then you will get 45 degree. So first of all, draw a line as before. Then let's label it as OA, and let's consider a point B on the line OA and draw a semicircle using the same radius. You have to cut it into three equal parts, and the first part here we have to label it as C, and the second part here comes as D. Then for getting 90 degree we have to bisect this CD. For that, using the same radius, or if you want to change the radius you can change it. Fix the compass at C, draw an arc. Fix the compass at D, cut the previous arc, mark the point as P, join OP, and this angle AOP is 90 degree. Actually we don't want 90 degree, we want 45 only. So we have to bisect this point and this point. This is our 0 degree and this is our 90 degree. So 0 and 90 when you bisect you will get 45 degree. So let's take this point as Q. So you can take any radius and fix the compass at B, draw an arc and fix the compass at Q using the same radius, cut it. So the two arcs are intersecting at this point, and label the point as R and join OR. So angle AOR is 45 degree. So this is a procedure of drawing a 45 degree angle. This portion you no need to draw in your notebook, and the next slide, that means the original diagram, means original construction by using ruler and compasses, that you have to draw. After that you have to write the steps of construction. This portion is only for understanding purpose. By using your ruler, draw a line segment of suitable length and mark the endpoints as O and A. By taking your compass and taking any convenient radius, draw an arc with O as center. And mark the point B on OA. And by using the same radius and with B as center, draw an arc which cuts the previous arc which you have drawn. And mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as C. And also by taking the same radius and also keep C as center and draw another arc which cuts the first arc which you have drawn at the point D. And again, by using your compass, with D as center, draw an arc, and with C as center, cut the arc which you have drawn and mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as P. Join OP. Now we have got angle AOP is 90 degree. Now in order to get 45 degree angle, we have to bisect this 90 degree. So mark the point Q, and then by taking any convenient radius with Q as center, draw an arc. By using the same radius and B as center, cut the arc which you have drawn and mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as R. By using your ruler, join the points O and R. Now angle AOR we have got as 45 degree. Next, let's write the construction procedure or the steps of construction. For that, let's keep the diagram here. You don't need to draw because you can use the original diagram. First of all, draw a line segment OA. So we have drawn a line segment OA. The next is take O as center with any radius, draw an arc that cuts OA at B. So you are drawing an arc or a semicircle that cuts OA at B. Next is with B as center with the same radius, mark a point C on the arc. So fix the compass at B. Using the same radius, cut the portion and label it as C. And with C as center and the same radius, mark the point D on the arc. So fix the compass again at C and cut the arc again, and we will get the point D. And take C and D as center, draw two arcs with the same radius which intersect each other at P. So here, by keeping the compass at C and D, using the same radius, draw arcs, and both the arcs are meeting at the point P. OP is joined and angle AOP is 90 degree. So we have got angle AOP 90 degree. Take B and Q as center, draw two arcs which intersects at the point R. Now B, that is our 0 degree, and here Q, that is our 90 degree. We have to bisect this B and Q. So by keeping your compass at B and Q, draw two arcs. Both the arcs are intersecting at the point R and join OR. So join the points O and R. So the angle formed, angle ROA, ROA, that is our 45 degree angle. That is the required angle. Next, we shall discuss question number 3. Construct the angles of the following measurements. The first one, 22.5. So first of all, let's recall how we have to reach to this 22.5. 22.5 means it is half of 45 degree. And again, we have to think how we have to get 45. That we have already learned. 45 means half of 90. Then again, how we have to get 90 degree. 90 degree means it is the midpoint of 60 and 120. So 22.5 means all these procedures we have to start. Means we have to start from 90. From 90 we have to come to 45. Then from 45 we have to come to 22.5. So let's have a quick drawing procedure here. First of all, draw a line segment and let's label it as OA, and taking your compasses and fix at O and draw a semicircle, and it meets OA at B. And by using the same radius, draw two arcs starting from B, and it cuts the first arc here, label it as C, and the second point we will get here as D as before. Then we have to bisect this C and D, taking your compass and using the same radius. By keeping at C and D, draw two arcs. Both the arcs are intersecting at the point P and join OP. And now we have got angle AOP is 90 degree, but our angle is 22.5. Means from 90 we have to come again the bisection, that is 45 degree. For that, Let's take this point as Q and we have to bisect B and Q. So by taking any radius on your compasses, fix at B and Q, draw two arcs. And both the arcs are meeting at the point R and then join OR. Now angle AOR is 45 degree. Again, we don't want 45, we want 22 half. That means half of 45. Means we have to bisect the space between these angles, then B and here this portion. So by taking compasses using any radius, fix at B and fix at this point, and draw two arcs. Both the arcs are meeting at a point called S and join OS, and angle AOS is 22 half degree. Once again, first we have drawn 90 degree, then we have bisected the 90 degree and we have got 45 degree, that is angle AOR, and then again we have bisected 45 degree, that is by keeping the compass at here and B, draw two arcs and intersecting at S and join OS, and angle AOS is 22.5 degree. So this portion you no need to draw it on your notebook because it is just for explanation purpose. Next slide, the actual drawing will be there that you have to draw, followed by the steps of construction. Here, first of all, we have to draw 90 degree angle. For that, by using a ruler, draw a particular length and mark the end points as O and A. By using your compass and also by taking any convenient radius, draw an arc with O as center. Label the point B on OA, and by taking the same radius with B as center, cut the arc which you have drawn first and mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as C. And also again by taking the same radius with C as center, cut the arc which you have drawn and mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as D. And again with D as center, by taking any convenient radius, draw an arc, and also by using the same radius with C as center, cut the arc. And mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as P. By using your ruler, join OP. Now angle AOP is 90 degree. Next we have to come down to make 45 degree. For that we have to bisect angle AOP 90 degree. For that, mark the point Q and with Q as center, by using your compass, draw an arc. By using the same radius with B as center, cut the arc. Mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as R. By using your ruler, join O and R. Now it is divided into two angles, each one is 45 degree. So to get 22.5, we have to bisect angle AOR, that is 45 degree. Now it is clear from the diagram that angle ROB is 45 degree. Means to get 22.5, we have to bisect the arc BC. For that, take any convenient radius with B as center, draw an arc, and again with C as center, by using the same radius, cut the arc and mark the point of intersection of the two arcs as S, and by using your ruler, join the points O and S. Now angle AOS is half of 45 degree, that is 22.5. steps of construction. So let's have a diagram here, and the first step, draw a line segment OA. You have drawn a line segment OA. Next, construct angle AOP is equal to 90 degree. AOP is 90 degree. So the entire process of drawing 90 degree that I did not draw because did not mention here, because you have already learned how to write it. When it is asked in the examination, you can write those steps. It's not a problem. And next is bisect angle AOP. AOP you have to bisect, and you will get angle AOR is equal to 45 degree. AOR, that is 45 degree. Next, bisect angle AOR. AOR, that was 45 degree before. When you bisect it, you will get angle AOS, that is 22.5 degree. So this angle AOS is our required angle. Next, construct the angles of the following measurements. Here the first question 30 degree and the third question 15 degree. Second question we have already discussed. So these two angles, that is 30 degree and 15 degree, you have to draw it as your own. Just first you have to draw 30 degree, and if you bisect 30 degree you will get 15 degree. So both these questions you will draw it as homework. Dear students, today we have discussed how to draw angles by using ruler and compasses. I request all the students to draw these angles or the given angles in a piece of paper, and while drawing, if you have any doubt, please note it and keep. We will discuss it during the discussion session. Thank you for watching.